BABITA DEOCARAN spirit is fighting and it's fighting hard. Listen, there's a new ghost in town, and by ghost, I don't mean Casper the ghost. This video is about Morgan Maumela. Let me tell you something. He was arrested in August. We are in September, ladies and gentlemen, and his next bail appearance is September 25. Literally almost a month. And this just went under the radar. It only came to the surface for air. And let me read this article to you. It says Ramaphosa's nephew, Hangwani Maumela, loses 326 million rand in Tembisa hospital corruption crackdown. Somebody's cracking a whip and it's whipping. You see, the Asset Forfeiture Unit, okay, also known as the AFU, the ones that went to Mom Kiss's house and took her everything. No, that was SARS. Okay, this is a different unit, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. The Asset Forfeiture Unit, the AFU of the National Prosecuting of the National Prosecuting Authority, the NPA, has seized assets worth 326 million from Hangwani Morgan Maumela, the alleged mastermind of a syndicate that defrauded Tembisa Hospital. I think this is the first time. This is the first time for everything. A whole MPA signed a J50 warrant of arrest for a mastermind. Wow. Listen, they deserve a round of applause. They deserve what? Say what? Now, when you hear them say mastermind, just know the one who runs the shots. Let me tell you why I said as a new ghost in town, there's no photos, okay? I have no photo of him. Maumela is actually a nephew by marriage to President CYRIL Ramaphosa, but Ramaphosa says, I don't know him like that, okay? I was last married to that woman decades and decades ago. Don't place me with that family. I have a new wife, okay? She's a Motsipe. Don't ruin it for me. So Maumela, a nephew by marriage to President CYRIL Ramaphosa, had a fleet of luxury vehicles, including 4 Lamborghinis, woohoo, a Bentley, upscale homes, and even a party boat. Now, you know you've got long money when you now need a party boat, when you now need to set sail and start the party right on the boat. How old are you, Morgan Maumela? You know what? Judging by that, you are friends with Cat MATLALA. I would say you're in your 40s. Okay. Life begins at 40, but imagine it beginning inside Pagati within prison. I don't know which prison he's at. I'll be back and let you know as soon as I do know. But the party boat, ladies and gentlemen, has been frozen under the High Court preservation orders issued on August 14, 2025. The Assets Forfeiture Unit of the National Prosecuting Authorities actions also targeted 14 companies linked to Maumela, which allegedly secured over 400 million rands in hospital contracts through manipulated procurement between 2019 and 2021. That includes throughout the pandemic, ladies and gentlemen. But speaking of those procurement, is this the one that is he the mastermind for the order for the skinny jeans? Can you imagine? Tembisa Hospital has a procurement invoice for a consignment of skinny jeans. Somebody make it make sense. But these are the things that got BABITA to be unalived. Let's continue on. You see, investigations by the Special Investigations Unit, SIU, revealed a network of fraud involving forged documents and favoritism towards Maumela's companies, which operated from a single Santon address, despite claiming legitimacy in medical supply provisions. Oh, I think I watched this. They drove to some random building. I think it was News 24. Investigations by the The scandal first emerged in 2021 after the Gauteng Health Department accountant BABITA DEOCARAN, may her soul rest in peace, raised awareness and alarms over suspicious tenders shortly before her assassination. The syndicate's actions contributed to an estimated 2.3 billion with a B rands in losses at the hospital during the pandemic. See, told you. The NPA spokesperson Upindi described the seizure as a decisive blow against corruption. Damn. And this all comes out just days before MATLALA Commission, with the assets set to be forfeited to the state pending criminal proceedings. Civil society groups, including the EFF, welcomed the move, but urged swift arrest to prevent tampering with the evidence and dun. Wow, guys, it is a lot. Let me also read this part to you. On August 14, 2025, Hangwani Morgan Maumela, aged 52. 52 with the whole party boat. Man, is it nice to be a prominent businessman and alleged tender kingpin, was arrested by the Hawks Serious Commercial Crime Investigation Team in Joburg. Maumela, director of companies like Hangwani Trading and linked to construction and supply firms, faces charges of fraud, money laundering, corruption, and racketeering. He appeared at the Johannesburg Magistrate Court on the 15th of August 2025 with bail opposed. The state opposed bail due to him being a flight risk. I mean, he has a party boat. He can just go sit in the water, and how are we supposed to go in and get him? He was remanded until the 25th of September 2025 for further investigation, ladies and gentlemen. Maumela is also accused of masterminding a syndicate that siphoned 326 million rands from Tembisa Hospital through rigged tenders for hospital beds, PPE, and infrastructure. The applications by the AFU are premised on forensic investigations by firms appointed to assist in the investigation concerning allegations of procurement, fraud, and corruption that took place at the Tembisa Hospital during the period from January 2019 to August 2022. The NPA spokesperson, Upindi, I think I already told you this part, funds were alleged used for bribes. Luxury lifestyle. There we go. Bing, 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 bing. How many trips to Dubai? How many parties? I don't know, but there's a luxury party boat. Oh my God. And no services delivered. No services delivered. Denying patients essential care. That makes me so sick to my stomach. Patients possibly their lives ended due to non-delivery because you needed a party boat, a Lamborghini or two or four, a luxury home. You could have supplied some of the services. You don't even need that much money. You don't even need 4 Lamborghinis. However, somebody needed that oxygen. Somebody needed that PPE for survival. Reports link Maumela to Ramaphosa's family via previous memory, yada, 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 yada. Though the presidency claims no direct ties to Cyril Ramaphosa, President Ramaphosa has denied any knowledge of Mr. Maumela. A statement read, distancing the head of state amid political speculation. Social media buzzed with outrage, with users questioning elite connections. This man can't even run his ex account. Well, the NPA's AFU swift action underscores the NPA's anti-corruption drive. On the 14th of August 2025, the Pretoria High Court granted a preservation order freezing 326 million in assets tied to Maumela and his syndicate. These include upmarket properties, of course, valued at 200 million plus, a fleet of 4 Lamborghinis, 15 million rands each. Oh, my heart. A Bentley, 5 million, and a luxury yacht, 20 million. Someone called it a party boat. Party boat and a yacht are 2 different words. The funds gained through the scheme were used for personal enrichment, bribes, and luxury living. not for delivering goods and services to the hospital as they were supposed to. As the saying goes, when it rains, it really pours. A second order on the 27th of August 2025 targeted the MAZIBUKO Syndicate, led by Rudolph Mazibuko, freezing 47 million rands in assets. This includes high-end homes in Midrand and Sandton, that's 30 million rands, luxury vehicles exceeding 10 million, a Porsche and a Mercedes, and offshore accounts. Total freezes now exceed 447 million rands, with the AFU vowing forfeiture is still going on, okay? When there is no water, when there is no electricity, no textbooks, no medication, no hospitals, we are all suffering, said Advocate Auma, AFU head and Deputy National Director of Public Prosecutions. Denying South Africans healthcare, including medicine in hospitals, is a travesty to justice. It's a fraud. It's a scam. It's forensic audits by firms like BDO and Wackermans appointed post-DEOCARAN traced payments to shell companies controlled by Maumela and MAZIBUKO. The syndicates allegedly colluded with hospital officials, inflating costs by 200 to 300% for substandard supplies. This is part of a large 2.3 billion scandal with 20 plus assets since 2022, including former CEO Edwin Safura and procurement head Ronald Nyaba. Woohoo! BABITA DEOCARAN's bravery came at a fatal cost. May her soul rest in peace. Just 19 days later, on the 15th of August 2021, she was assassinated in a hail of pew 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 pews outside her Johannesburg home in a hit-style pew pew pew. 6 men, uPhumla Dlamini, uPhumla Ntuli, uNkanyiso Makhubele, uNjabulo Ngwenya, uMfundo Makhubele, and Zenzele Mkhize were arrested and convicted in April 2022 for the unaliving and attempted unaliving and firearms charges, receiving life sentences. However, the masterminds behind the hit remain at large, with the Hawks investigating, plagued by delays, police failures, and allegations of interference. Investigative journalist Jeff Wicks' 2025 book, The Shadow State, details how DEOCARAN reports triggered a deadly greed chain, linking her death to powerful syndicates profiting from health sector looting. This is not even looting. This is heist. BABITA DEOCARAN's report spurred the National Treasury Specialist Audit Service to launch a full audit revealing a 2.3 billion fraud scheme. This included tenders for non-existent services, with funds diverted for personal gain. The Gauteng Department of Health, under pressure, suspended officials and blacklisted companies, but the rot ran so deep, okay, the fish rots from the head, affecting patient care. Shortage of medical and equipment left the hospital serving over 1 million Ekurhuleni residents in crisis. Wow. I am literally reading this at the same time as I'm recording, so it's kind of shocking. Police have arrested Maumela, who is allegedly involved in a syndicate accused of defrauding the state of over three. We spoke about all this. I don't need to read this again for you because what do you mean? The National Prosecuting Authority's Asset Forfeiture Unit has obtained 2 preservation orders to freeze assets, those of MAZIBUKO and also those of Maumela. Okay. And they purchased those assets with stolen public funds. This action follows a forensic investigation initiated by the late BABITA DEOCARAN. I guess that's the information they found on her laptop. A senior official in the Gauteng Department of Health who raised concerns about suspicious procurement deals at the hospital. The Tembisa hospital scandal probes back to 2021 when BABITA DEOCARAN, may her soul rest in peace, a chief director in the Gauteng Department of Health Infrastructure and Facilities Management Unit uncovered a systematic graft in the hospital's supply chain. On the 26th of July 2021, DEOCARAN submitted a damning 10-page report flagging 850 million in suspicious payments to over 200 companies for unperformed or overpriced services, including PPE and medical equipment during the COVID-19 pandemic. Her findings exposed a web of irregularities from January 2019 to August 2022 involving kickbacks, ghost suppliers, and inflated tenders worth billions. With the B. I have to keep saying that because it is shocking. Actually, it is alarming. It is concerning. It is disappointing. It is devastating. And the president has said, I don't know this man. Stop trying to link me. I used to be married over there, but I'm no longer over there. There is no way you're taking me down with him. I refuse. We have the Malanga Commission to focus on, so let's do just that. While the NPA continues to work on this, I think this is a win for Babita's family that her work has continued, resulted in arrest, resulted in forfeiture, This is definitely a developing story. We'll be following it with you. With that, let me end this right here. I'll catch you on my next upload. I need to catch breath again. Wow, what a long read. What a long read. The article is a mixture from News 24, Business Day. I think those are the ones that I read out. Yeah. So if I missed your article, I think I should credit in the comments. I'll see. I'll see if I can remember all this. All right. I'm going to end it here because, wow, what a long video.